Potara earrings. How strong would you be if you became a Super Saiyan Blue, then fused with another dude that knew Super Saiyan Blue? Now remember, when watching this video, this is how strong you would be. You, as in the viewer of this video, would be. So keep that in mind. We're not talking about a Dragon Ball character. We're talking about you. You watching this. So always keep that in mind. And also keep in mind we do highball everything. So we use the biggest calculations we can to make you the strongest and most badass dude possible. So let's get right into it. So last time, after dealing with Harambe, the god of vengeance, you trained with Bruce Lee, who taught you the Toki Dabashi and martial arts. You also trained with Chuck Norris, who taught you to become one with plot armor and taught you the Super Saiyan Blue form. And then you had the ultimate confrontation with Ainsley Harriott himself. And at the very end of it, you're on your last leg. Super Saiyan Blue has worn off, you're huffing and puffing, and an old friend finally shows up. That's right, the Saiyan from the first episode, the second episode shows up to your rescue, and you both power up into Super Saiyan Blue, and that's where we left off. After you and the Saiyan become Super Saiyan Blues, you both reach into your assholes and whip out a pair of Potara earrings once more. Ainsley looks disgruntled by the phenomenon, and after you both put your earrings on adjacent ears, in the sequel to the most divine pelvic thrust in history, becomes Saiyadude once again. So how strong would you be as a fused Super Saiyan Blue? Now, as you know, we did a bunch of calculations for Super Saiyan God and all that, but it turns out that my Super Saiyan God calc was wrong. So basically what we said was that the calc should be 200 billion times Super Saiyan 3, but if you remember, we just used 200 billion as the base multiplier onto your base form, and we didn't multiply 200 billion onto Super Saiyan 3. So actually, that means that Super Saiyan God is 400 times stronger than I said it was in the previous episode, so we're going to multiply everything we did before by 400 now. So anyway, we basically concluded that Super Saiyan Blue is 5 times Super Saiyan Red, or Super Saiyan God, stacked onto God Essence. Your power level with that was originally 1 quintillion, but with our recent find, thanks to a trusty viewer, it'd actually be 400 quintillion, making you multiversal in power and over 4 quadrillion times faster than light. With the Potara fusion, as we basically discussed in the original Potara video, we're basically squaring your power level, and man, this is gonna be high. Your power level is now, Jesus fucking Christ, 160 fucking duodecillion. Tell me if you've ever even heard of that number, let alone imagine how strong it'd make you. 160 followed by 39 zeros. Absolutely insane. Now, in terms of power, duodecillions is way beyond multiversal when it comes to power levels. You are now, in fact, capable of destroying hyperverses, which can literally be translated to infinitely more powerful than you were before. It's a complex system, but let's just say you're a strong-ass dude now, okay? You're fucking powerful. That's all that can really basically be said. In terms of speed, you're more than likely boundless in speed. Basically, you have infinite speed. But if we were to use the calculations we did before, it'd be like 1.6 duodecillion times faster than light. And yes, duodecillion is an actual number. I mean, look it up. It's an actual fucking number. Like, tell me if you even thought this number existed, let alone imagine how powerful you are once again. But anyways, back to the story. I'm finally back, you whisper. You smile as you clench your hand. Just the act of making a fist causes the very universe to tremble in fear. Your bright blue Super Saiyan Blue aura suddenly appears and engulfs the entire universe in a blue hue. Ainsley decides to be serious and whips out his iconic stirring bowl. You simply blink it away. The Force sends Ainsley flying out of the multiverse. You charge after him. You grab him and literally tear his fucking head in half with your mouth. As Ainsley falls over lifeless, you are overcome with guilt. But little did you know that this would trigger something. Ainsley's final form, which can only be achieved by removing his chin. That's right. You guessed it here. Ainsley became Leafy him fucking self. Leafy desperately starts trying to insult you, his power clearly superior to yours. You transform into a Super Saiyan Blue 4 and call out for Harambe's power. Your aura flares up as you blast Leafy back to hell where he belongs. But Leafy explodes. Suddenly numerous memes begin pouring out at you. They begin to push you back. You put your hands in the air and call upon all the plot in the Omniverse. A giant blue ball forms and you absorb it into yourself. You dash at the meme You dash at the meme hive mind and launch the strongest attack in all of history. A plot fist. A massive gorilla snake emerges from your body and slams into the meme, destroying everything around you. You and Sayadu then part ways. Your journey finally complete. The memes and cyberbullies forever defeated. You would rule the world uncontested, with Grandma Ainsley as your personal maid for all time. Nobody would ever bully you again. The end.
Hey, I'm Swagkage, and today I'm here with a discussion video. This one in particular about, well, it's mostly about, like, it's not just about how strong Super Saiyan Blue Vegito would be, but, like, in particular, it's about whether Super Saiyan Blue Vegito would be stronger than Beerus. And so, okay, I honestly feel like I don't need to make this video, right? Like, I feel like most people would agree, like, yeah, Super Saiyan Blue Vegito would definitely be stronger than Beerus. Might even crush him, might even do that, but, like, I've talked to friends before, and they seem to disagree. You know, you don't know the full scope of Beerus' power, you don't know the full scope of Vegito's power. Fair enough, fair enough. You haven't seen everything either character can do, so, you know, honestly, this discussion is kind of pointless because, I mean, all it really relies on is headcanon. However, I'm still gonna jump in just because I think Vegito would win. So, taking the numbers that Toriyama gave to judge Beerus, Goku, and Whis' power, you know, to compare how strong Goku was in relation to Beerus and Whis, you know, we get Goku's a 6, Beerus is a 10, and Whis is a 15, right? So, you know, keep that in mind, because I'm going to bring the scale up later. No. Let's compare, instead of comparing Goku to Beerus and Whis, Goku to Vegito. We're not going to use that 6, because, you know, there's no way to compare Vegito to that 6 yet. What I'm going to do instead is say, alright, let's take base form Goku and make him into a unit. Make base Goku one unit, one Goku, right? And if we use the standard multipliers for Super Saiyan, you got your Super Saiyan 1 is 50 times, your Super Saiyan 2 is 100 times, and your Super Saiyan 3 is 400 times, right? Making base Goku equal to 1 Goku, obviously. Super Saiyan Goku equal to 50 Gokus, Super Saiyan 2 Goku equal to 100 Gokus, and Super Saiyan 3 Goku equal to 400 Gokus. So, Super Vegito was definitely stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku, otherwise Goku and Vegito wouldn't be in the first place. And, like, he had to have been quite a bit, like, marginally stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Like, but, to be fair, I would put, like, just say, you know, the bare minimum that Vegito would be equal to, say, like, 500 Gokus in his Super Saiyan, right? Does that seem fair enough? So, Super Vegito is equal to 500 Gokus. And this, by the way, is based off of the casual, not really trying Vegito that we saw fight Super Buu in the manga and the anime. So, you know, keep that in mind. But, yeah, so, if he is equal to 500 on this scale, that means he is 10 times stronger than Goku. Again, this is at minimum. I'm not saying this is for sure how strong Vegito is. This is just for the sake of argument. If we use the minimum that I gave, and we use this scale, that makes Vegito 10 times stronger than Goku. Because as a Super Saiyan, Goku is a 50, and as a Super Saiyan, Vegito is a 500. Again, at least. I really want to emphasize the at least, because I think Vegeta would be much stronger than them on the scale. But anyway, so taking that into account, Vegeta being 10 times stronger than Goku, let's return over to the 6, 10, 15 Goku Beerus Beast scale. Based on the scale, if Vegeta is 10 times stronger than Goku, that would make a regular Super Saiyan God Vegeta a 60 on this scale, meaning that both Beerus and Whis would get fucking annihilated, just curb stomped, just done. A couple seconds, it'd be over, right? Thing is, Goku is higher than a 6 on this scale by now because of Super Saiyan Blue and all that, right? So, again, we take Goku in his current state, after training in the Time Chamber for 3 years, getting access to Super Saiyan God and all these crazy things, and he's at least an 8, maybe a 9. So that would put Vegito at an 80 or a 90, at least, if he's only 10 times stronger than Goku. Which is fucking ridiculous, right? Like, there's no way Beerus can compete with that, and there's no way Whis can either. Now, Whis gets a pass because he has weird magical time manipulation powers, and you've just never seen him fight, period. But the problem with this is that it's forcing Dragon Ball to rely on math, and I don't think Dragon Ball is complex enough that you should be able to figure out who would win in a fight with math. Oh no. Taking the whole numbers thing out of the picture, right? Like, let's just push that aside. Now, you can use that as a basis for the argument for Vegeta winning if you want, but in case that doesn't satisfy some of you, let's go back to the Buu Saga, where Goku and Vegeta fought Super Buu. And they were both Super Saiyans. The Super Saiyan 2s, maybe it was hard to tell because they didn't use the lightning in their auras in the anime. And Super Buu was just playing around with them. Like, they couldn't do anything to Super Buu while working together, trying their hardest to kill Super Buu. Now, let's refer to Revival of X, where Whis says something along the lines. So, again, Goku and Vegeta working together couldn't do anything to Super Buu, but Vegito just curb stomps Super Buu, right? Like, so clearly fusion greater than working together. That means that, based on Whis' statement himself, Goku and Vegeta, when fused, would just Beerus would be done. Like, if they can equal by working together, then it's definitely fair to assume that Vegito would just, like, Beerus would be out of the picture. Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta would be too overpowered. Nobody would be able to stop him. Not from Universe 6 or 7. Maybe somebody from one of the other universes, but definitely not Beerus. Maybe Whis with the whole reverse time thing, he could just stop Goku and Vegeta from fusing in the first place. But, like, Beerus is getting washed. And I mean, hey, whatever. Your opinion's up to you. This is just my 2 cents. I like talking about Dragon Ball in general a little too much. But, yeah, leave a like if you like the video, and if you're good, make sure to subscribe to see when I upload more content. Leave your thoughts in the comments below if you have anything you want to talk about. This has been Sweatkage. I hope you have a fantastic day. I've enjoyed talking to you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.
What's going on, everyone? Today I am bringing you Super Saiyan 4 versus Super Saiyan Blue. We are not talking about Dragon Ball Super versus GT. I mean, in a sense, we kind of are, but we're not talking about Dragon Ball GT Goku versus Dragon Ball Super Goku. We're just talking about the form Super Saiyan 4 versus the form Super Saiyan Blue, which would increase the user's power more. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. So analyzing Super Saiyan 4, the minimum multiplier for Super Saiyan 4 is times 10 that of Super Saiyan 3. Now this is actually fan-in only. There's no official confirmation that Super Saiyan 4 is only 10 times stronger than Super Saiyan 3. And honestly, it doesn't even fit with the power scaling of the series, like with Grade 8 Baby. Because we know that Baby got like 10 times stronger, possibly even like 500 times stronger as a golden Grade 8. And Goku, when he went Super Saiyan 4, was able to compete with that. So if it was only a 10 times boost, then Super Saiyan 4 Goku would have gotten dominated by Baby. I like this calculation the most. It's more than likely 10 times Golden Uzaru, or times 5,000 his base form, as Baby was actually pushed back and had trouble with Golden Goku. And with his own times 10 Uzaru, they were both equal. So if Golden Goku and Baby were kind of rivals, and then Baby went his own Uzaru, which is ×10, then Goku and Baby being equals or rivals would make more sense. Also, I'd like to bring up the point that Baby was already in a Super Saiyan's body. He already knew how to go Super Saiyan, so he's most likely using Super Saiyan versus Goku, which is hard to tell because of Baby's weird appearance. So the Golden Uzaru form that Baby used was most likely just a ×10 multiplier. The reason Golden Uzaru is often referenced as ×500 is because Uzaru is ×10 and the Super Saiyan is ×50, so ×10 ×50 would be ×500. But if Baby already has that ×50 multiplier onto himself, then it would only be ×10. So I like that calculation the best, ×5000 base. But you could highball it, and if you do highball it, then Baby would have gotten 500 times stronger, and then Goku Super Saiyan 4 would have to have gotten over 500 times stronger than what he did, than how he was fighting Baby in the previous Super Saiyan 3 form. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's get on to Super Saiyan Blue. So first, however, we need to find the power of Super Saiyan God, which is confirmed weaker than Super Saiyan Blue numerous times throughout the series and even in some guides. So when Goku fought Beerus in Dragon Ball Super, he was originally at best like a multi-solar system buster, galaxy level. Galaxy level is an insane highball, and I'll get into that in a second. I made another video about this, proving that Goku, when he's a Super Saiyan 3, is not universal. He's more like multi-solar system levels. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you don't even know what multi-solar system level means, it's basically, okay, so Goku can destroy numerous solar systems with his power. It's what a solar system buster means. Goku in the Buu Saga was above Super Saiyan 2 Gohan in the Cell games. Gohan was confirmed, Gohan and Cell, by the way, were confirmed to be a solar system buster, and many guys back this up, and even Cell himself is like, yeah, I'm gonna blow away the solar system. A lot of people deny this for whatever reason. We don't know why yet, but basically the guides have basically said yes, he can destroy the solar system. Vegeta only noted Goku surpassed Gohan when he went Super Saiyan 2. So when Goku was a full power Super Saiyan, he didn't even mention Gohan yet. But then when he went Super Saiyan 2, he's like, impressive. It seems that you surpassed Gohan. So the gap between Goku and Gohan, Super Saiyan 2 wise, in the Buu Saga compared to the Cell games, isn't honestly too massive. It's honestly less than a 10 times difference. Going above 10 times is really fallacious. I mean, you can, but... And as we know with Super Saiyan 3 is ×4 that of Super Saiyan 2. So even if Goku was 1,000 times stronger, or even 1,000,000 times stronger than Gohan in the Cell game, he still wouldn't be a Galaxy Buster as a Super Saiyan 3. So if we highball Super Saiyan 3 to Galaxy Buster, highballing Super Saiyan 3 lowers the power of Super Saiyan God, by the way, so don't get triggered. And then we can find out how powerful Super Saiyan God is. In Goku and Beerus' clash, while they only used around 50% to 80% power, they're kind of dicking around with each other, testing the waters of Goku's form. They were strong enough to send cataclysmic shockwaves throughout the macroverse, a macroverse that's over 3 times the size of our universe. These shockwaves were going to obliterate everything. Actually, it said they were going to annihilate everything, and annihilate means completely end and wipe out of existence, like it never existed. So they were going to annihilate the universe. So we then multiplied this by ×2 as they did this while suppressed. We're gonna kind of highball it a little bit. So Goku and Beerus were using, well, Goku was using like half his power probably, and he didn't use his full power until later on, as shown numerous times in their fight. He was powering up even after the universal shit. So we multiplied this by ×2 to say that they were suppressed, and get 6 times universal for 3 punches. 6 universes then divided by 3 punches. Because it takes 3 punches to destroy 6 universes, so we divide that by 3 is then 2, so there are 2 times universal with each punch, and then divide by 2 because there's 2 of them, and then you would get 1 times universal for Super Saiyan God Goku. So he's at least 1 times universal at full power Super Saiyan God, and this is ignoring the fact that their full power Kamehamehas or energy waves are way stronger than just some casual punches. that they're suppressing themselves with. And on top of this, I thought this was pretty funny, is that Goku the entire time that he's punching Beerus's hand is actually trying to suppress the shockwave of the attack, so that makes it even more impressive. Now the difference between a universe and a galaxy is around 100 billion to 200 billion times, as stated by NASA and many official sites like evenspace.com. This of course makes Super Saiyan God a 200 billion times multiplier onto Super Saiyan 3. Maybe that's why we said Vegeta couldn't train to be that strong, because Jesus Christ, that's insane level. So we have at best Super Saiyan 4 being anywhere between 4,000 and 200,000 times base form, or 10 to 500 times Super Saiyan 3, compared to Super Saiyan God, which is an astonishing 40 to 80 trillion times base form, or 100 to 200 billion times Super Saiyan 3. It's pretty clear Super Saiyan God stomps at this point, but this video is titled Super Saiyan Blue versus Super Saiyan 4, so get ready for some overkill. So basically, to get into Super Saiyan Blue, Goku has to master his God form. So Goku absorbs his God form into his base form, which allows him to go Super Saiyan Blue. So if God equals base, we have a new set of calculations to deal with. We know even with his godly base, Goku can still go Super Saiyan on top of that to stack Super Saiyan God. And that's still fodder compared to Super Saiyan Blue, as stated by many people in the tournaments and etc. In fact, it's implied he can go Super Saiyan God on top of his Saiyan Beyond God form, which is confusing. But essentially, it's then confirmed Super Saiyan Blue is around 5 times Super Saiyan God, as stated in the manga when Vegeta at 1/10. Vegeta at 1/10 of his power versus hit, because Vegeta was restrained or was suppressing himself versus hit. At 1/10 of his power was weaker than Super Saiyan God Goku, even though they were both equals as Super Saiyan Blues at full power in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber and etc. So we'll lowball and just say it's 5 times Super Saiyan 3 with God Essence, which is essentially 80 through 160 quadrillion times base form, which is absolutely insane. So 80 through 160 quadrillion versus 4 through 200,000 times base. The winner quite clearly is Super Saiyan Blue. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned a little something there. I was going to do Dragon Ball GT versus Dragon Ball Super, which may have made that a little bit more fair. But a lot of you guys were like, don't do Dragon Ball GT versus Super, so I didn't want to go back on my word, so I thought this would be a good substitute for that. So if you guys have any other debate topics that you'd like me to cover, we want to talk about, it doesn't have to be Dragon Ball related, I can do comics, I can do games, it doesn't even matter. So let me know what you guys want to hear me talk about, and I will do it. So yeah, anyways, until next time.
It's been 2.5 years, and it's finally just time to do it. Alright, let's just get this over with. Alright, this, Goku versus Superman debating, it's been dead for about a year now. Ever since, episode 14 of Dragon Ball Super, it's honestly just died out because, well, crazy things happened. So, for this video, I am not going to be doing the stats for Superman myself, okay? Someone else is going to be doing the stats. In fact, someone that loves Superman way more than I ever would. Alright, his name is Abdu. Okay, and now the thing about Abdu that you should understand is that Abdu loves Superman. Okay, like he probably has posters of Superman in his locker and he probably like worships it or something, right? So he obviously really fucking likes Superman. So there's no bias against Superman in this video. I, of course, will be doing God Goku's couch. And I have many videos on the matter on my channel if you would just like to see those in more detail, because in this video I can't go into full detail because I have a 15-minute time limit. So anyways, hope you enjoy. So let's try to go over Abdu's calculations for New 52 Superman as quickly as we can. So for striking power, this is what he has. He has Supergirl shatters Cyborg Superman. And Cyborg Superman states that he can tank supernovas. Now remember, this is only a statement, but we'll use it anyway. And then, so basically Supergirl is supernova level because she tore apart this guy that can tank supernovas, right? And then Denny Swan one-shot Supergirl. Okay, and by the way, Denny Swan is from a different comic written by a different person. At least I believe so. If I'm wrong, correct me. But the artwork looks very different. So these are from completely different writers at work here. So I don't know why you would use this, but we'll use it anyway. All right, let's give him the benefit of the doubt, guys. All right, and then heavily weakened Superman fought equally with Denny and eventually beat him. And that makes Superman Supernova plus at minimum. Okay, he's scaling Superman like a Dragon Ball Z character here. But fuck it, let's just do that, alright? Let's just scale them like Dragon Ball Z characters. And then he basically gives a link to how it works daily. Pretty accurate website. Which basically states supernovas can tear apart solar systems. I agree with that. Supernovas can tear apart solar systems. And then for speed, he has Superman states he's faster than Green Lantern. Remember, this is also just a statement, not really any actual evidence, but Green Lantern is quadrillions of times FTL. He shows this because Green Lantern apparently like got to Orion in like a quick amount of time. The time in the comic is completely unquantified. There's no understanding how much time went by here, so I don't know why you use this. But fuck it, let's use it, right? Let's just use it. Superman's quadrillions of times FTL because he blitzed Orion, who is faster than Green Lantern, right? Okay. This is absurd, but we're gonna keep using it. Let's keep going with it. And then from this, he says Superman also had a feat where he flew from the edge of the universe to Earth in 60 days while weakened, which is calculated around 600 billion times FTO. This is more accurate, honestly. This is what I would use personally. I could even scale him to like 1 trillion times FTO using this because it makes sense. It's an actual feat. The Green Lantern thing, it's completely unquantifiable. There's no time limit again. And then basically Superman also states that he can tank exploding stars. So we can say the supernova level. So supernova plus, we can go trillions of times faster than light, right? Quadrillions with a fucking crazy weird highball. Now Goku one-shots this Superman, no difficulty. We know that, you know, Goku is comparable to Beerus, and, you know, Beerus and Whis are able to travel across the universe in 30 minutes, and if Superman's taken 60 days to travel across the universe in 600 billion times flight, and Goku is comparable to Beerus and Whis, and super suppressed Beerus and Whis, who did it in like 30 minutes, then, well, he's getting shit on in terms of speed. And in terms of DC, even the most lowballed of Gokus is at least multi-galaxy level. I'll go into detail about that in a moment. But yeah, basically, God Goku one-shots New 52 Superman. There's like no competition whatsoever. I don't even see why people argue this, other than, you know, if they're maybe borderline mental, or maybe they're just younger, or still, you know, unironically listening to Screw Attack. Alright, and if you do listen to Screw Attack, and you believe Superman's going to listen to your child. Okay, Superman, the limitless feats they gave, first of all, you know, the limitless feats have been debunked, I hope you know that, but limitless Superman feats aren't even from New 52. That's not even New 52 Superman they were showcasing for those limitless feats. So you can't even use that argument, even if you do unironically wank Superman to limitless. Alright, so let's just keep that out of there. You know, God Goku one-shots New 52 Superman, no contest. I remember back in the day when I was even arguing this, it was like when God Goku first came out in Battle of Gods. This is when Goku vs. Superman was still a really hot topic, right? Everyone used to debate it. I was debating it for like 1.5 years straight. And even, you know, the people that were fucking zealous over Superman, like, probably fucking worshipped him, dude. Like, even they were like, oh man, in this next death battle from Screw Attack, I'm pretty sure God Goku's gonna win. And it's like, man, these guys are like crazy about Superman. Even they are fucking like suspicious about God Goku probably just stomping. And now that Dragon Ball Super came out, it's just icing on the cake. It's just New 52 gets fucking destroyed. No difficulty. That's honestly why the topic has died out, because it's very fucking apparent Goku stomps. But to make this video more interesting, let's use God of Strength Superman 52 versus God Goku. That should spice things up a little bit. Alright, so let's start off with God Goku. I've literally said this calculation so many goddamn times. Alright, but Super Saiyan God Goku versus Beerus, right? Their fists clashing against each other can destroy the Dragon Ball Macroverse. This is stated by literally every god in the entire comic, and by even the narrator himself. Literally, when the narrator states something, it's pretty much always fact. Like, it's an unbiased, what's happening in the story answer to what's going on, and the narrator says it, it's pretty much fact. Like, you can't really even argue about it, because that's directly what the writers wrote into that you're supposed to be getting here. So, Goku versus Beerus was universal, okay? Now, many people claim, well, Goku's like 1/6 universal because it took Goku and Beerus like 3 punches to destroy the universe. Now, once again, child, you need to listen here. The Dragon Ball universe itself, for one, is pretty much 3 universes in size. Okay, so for one, Heaven is confirmed to be as big as the universe in Daizenshu. And then you have the afterlife, which is basically like as engulfs heaven, right? It's probably even bigger than fucking heaven. And then you have the living world, which is not really shown, but it's depicted underneath the afterlife in heaven as its own universe. And before you say 4 galaxies Dragon Ball Z, like, you need to get the fuck off the internet, or you need to get out from under your rock, right? Because there's been more than 4 galaxies for a little bit now. There actually has been since, Dragon Ball Z came out, but nobody would ever listen to, the Dragon Ball fans. But anyway, so there's about almost 3 universes in the Dragon Ball verse, and not even to mention the Devil Realm and the Supreme Kai Realm, which are massive in size. The Supreme Kai Realm being 1/5 the size of the universe just by itself. And Goku versus Beerus, they were basically able to destroy this shit in 3 punches. When they're like not even using like half their power, they will destroy the universe in like 3 punches. Even when they're like it was very clear that they were suppressed against each other the entire time. And then of course you have calculations that put base Goku is the new God Goku, and then he can stack all his Super Saiyan forms on top of his God form. And then you have calculations saying that basically current Goku is like over 4,000 times stronger than he was as a Super Saiyan God. And if that's true, Goku is basically low multiversal.